Hey YouTube. So I have the head back on this engine. Something I want to tell you is when I took the head gasket off. Let me just look in this garbage bag here. I don't know if I have the head gasket. I don't. Anyway, when I took the head gasket off of this head, it was a metal gasket, as opposed to this fiber gasket. Now this isn't a head gasket, this is for the intake manifold, but it's actually an extra just for one thing. But the gasket that's in the head is made like this stuff. It's some sort of a fiber, heavy gasket material. When you use these type of gaskets, you do not put any kind of gasket compound, shellac, or sealant on this gasket. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you should not use RTV or whatever that crap is in a container. Let me just see if I have it here. You should not use this stuff to make a head gasket, okay? It doesn't work for head gaskets. Now that's a valve cover they show there. It works good for valve covers. If you're going to use a metal head gasket, if that's the kind you buy, and it's not a fiber head gasket, which you like I say, you don't use gasket shellac on this. You just put it on there and bolt it down to the torque specs. But if you're going to use a metal one, I've been using this Permatex high-tech sealant. This stuff works pretty good, but they also have a Permatex copper spray gasket. Now if it was a metal gasket, you would spray both sides of it with this stuff, leave it set up a little, and then set it into place. I've always used Indian head gasket shellac. I like that stuff, but I haven't been able to find it. And I also use this stuff, which I can't see the name of it there, but the thing that you'll note is it's like a brown, really tacky crap, and it works very well for heads. Never had a head leak in my life since I've been building engines. But anyway, you use the sealant, any kind of sealant, this type, I shouldn't say any kind, but this type or this type, if you're talking about a steel head gasket. If you're talking about a fiber head gasket, and you might want to read the directions, this is all Felpro stuff. The Felpro recommends that you don't put anything on this gasket. Shows you where the top is, stuff like that. But anyway, this is the type of head gasket I put on, made out of this fiber. So after I put the head gasket on, now I'm starting to put the push rods and stuff back in. And as I put them in, on the bottom of the lifters, I put the lifters in already yesterday. On the bottom of the lifter, not the sides, just the bottom, I put this stuff. So in other words, the lifters were soaking in that blue can of motor oil. I pumped them up, like I showed in my other video, and then I use this Permatex Ultra Slick. I like this stuff. It's kind of tacky, but it's very slippery, and the good thing is it stays on the parts while you're building the motor. Okay, so it's not like oil where it drains off by the time you get the motor back together. So I put this between the, and you don't need much, like a drop or so. I put this between the rocker and the pivot point, a little bit on the ends of the push rods, and then I stick them together. Okay, so this is what you want to put on there, something like this, ultra slick. And then you just start putting the push rods in. You got to make sure the push rods, you got to bend over, look down in there, and make sure the push rods are resting in the lifter, okay, before you go bolting these down. Now with this Jeep, the best thing you could do with the Jeep is put the push rods in first, make sure they're on the lifter, and then just go slowly, set the rockers on the top of each of the lifter or push rod, and then go ahead and start the bolts. Now these aren't tight yet because I'll do that after I get them all together. I gotta look in the manual. I think they're 18 foot-pounds or something like that. But whatever, as soon as I'm done cleaning them, I'm not done cleaning them yet because I still got more over here that are like filthy freaking dirty. So you can see how nice they came out. And again, you know, if you don't want to be killing yourself and you have time, this chem dip is fantastic. Now, like I just put this in here this morning, but the last one that's over there, the last push rod, which is this one here, I didn't even do anything but blow it off with air. After I got done with it, it was all completely clean. So, alright YouTube, that's where we're at so far. I'll let you know how it sounds when it starts up. Bye.